So, as a side note, regardless of the width of the window or the length of the window, we have the possibility of putting one of the bevel clusters here, one here, doing your center element, which is an odd size. This is 4 and I think this is 1.5, 3. This is about 4 1/4 inches wide. Excuse me, 3 3/4 inches around. I don't have a bevel piece that size. So, and we could simplify this a little, not much, but so this element is sort of the standard element that fits in between these two pieces for the center. So it is possible that we could also do this as a centerpiece, as opposed to having it up here or down here. The bisymmetrical concept of this definitely warrants that it's put in the middle of the panel. So that is a possibility, and I'll lay that out for you so you can see how dramatic it is. So that is an option, and then again, what we would do is we would build off going down with I'm checking my visual here, with building this on one end, and then of course building this on the other end. So, and that again, that's something we can talk about. I'm just sort of giving you all the variables at the moment. Okay, some of this is going to be a little redundant, but I'd rather go over it with you a couple of times and let the language sink in. So, for our very skinniest window, which is this one, this will have a 3/4 inch border all the way around. We can do anything you want with that border, but that's all the space we have for the border. It's not a very good frame for a window that is this dynamic. The border almost gets lost. It really doesn't frame it very well. We can talk about colors that might help with that, but it doesn't give the window a lot of substance. And the more we do in the center, the busier the window gets, the more this border disappears, and it's not the prettiest ratio. But it is something to consider. For the very smallest we could do this window to suspend it. So in that case, we would move this up pretty much as far as we could get it. We would have this amount, a little bit less than this amount of space at the top. Maybe this would come up to about 2 inches of the top, or whatever the increment that there is that brings this down and allows me to do the same amount at the bottom, the same amount at the top, and fill up as much of the window as you would like. So that is one option for this particular design. Again, not a lot of border, not very dynamic, but that's the nature of the beast when you're dealing with a bevel cluster, as I've told you before. We're kind of stuck with what we have, and we need to build from there.